Hey, this is Brian with Smarter Networker. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about how to close out a home presentation. Now, these are a lot of fun. You're there with your friends, your family, people that you know, your neighbors, kids, people from your kids' school, whatever it might be. You put a lot of effort into this presentation. You've invited 10 or 20 people over. 5 or 10 have actually shown up. You're pretty excited about that. You've actually cleaned your house. You've actually had to put out some snacks and some things for people to nibble on beforehand. You've done a presentation, whether that was just pressing play on a video, which is the best thing ever, or maybe you've done the entire board work by yourself. That's fantastic. Now it comes time to asking them to make a decision. And this is where so many people kind of blow it. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Either they're too nervous to ask any question, which is probably about the worst thing you could do, is to ask any question. They're expecting a closing question, so just ask a question. But some of the bad ones you could ask would be like, what do you think? Or, do you have any questions? Those are like the worst, because then people will definitely open up all kinds of objections on you, and you don't want to have to do that, especially in front of all the other people. So here's what you do. What we always did when we did home presentations, whether we had a video or we're doing the board work by ourselves, it didn't matter too much, because right at the very end, we would get up in front of a whiteboard or a flip chart or whatever we'd have, and we would just say thank you to our guests. We just say, you know what, thanks guys for coming out tonight. We really appreciate you taking your time. We're excited to show you what we're doing. This may or may not be for you. We're totally okay with that, but we're going to go do some amazing things, and we'd love to have you join us. So here's how you're going to fit in. You're either going to become what we call a number 1, a number 2, or a number 3. And where you fit in is totally up to you. It doesn't bother us at all, but we want to have you just tell us where you fit into this. Now, number 3 is somebody who says, you know what, this really is not for me. I'm not this kind of a person. I've tried those before. I've not been successful, whatever it is. You're somebody who says, no, this is not for me. That is totally fine with us. Again, we really appreciate you coming out tonight. We're not too worried about it. If you'd like to become a customer, we'd be happy to help you out with that. And that takes us to number 2, and maybe that's somebody who wants to use the product. You want to become a customer and try out these amazing products for yourself. You have 2 options. You can either get started at the retail price, or you can get started at a discount. Whatever you decide is totally fine with us. Or maybe you're a number 1. You're saying, you know what, I'm really excited about what you guys are doing. This looks super exciting. I don't know if I can do it personally, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give it a shot. If you can do it, I can do it. I'm excited about this, and I want to go achieve some of those things that those other people did on that video. And so that would be number 1. That'd be somebody who's ready to go and make some money. This is the person we're looking for. So now turn to the person who invited you to this presentation tonight and tell them, are you a number 1, a number 2, or number 3? And again, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Okay, so that would be how you'd close out a presentation. Now, your job, if you're sitting in the crowd with some guests there, or if you've done the presentation and everybody in the room is your guest, you sit down with them with your enrollment forms in your hand, and you go to the most excited person in the room, and you say, all right, Josie, are you a number 1, a 2, or a 3? And you know they're excited because they're bouncing out of their seat. They're excited. They've been nodding the whole time. They've been writing notes, whatever it is, and they're going to tell, I'm a number 1. I want to make some money. And that's going to make everybody else in the room go, whoa, wow, interesting. And so they may reconsider where they fit into on this list, right? A lot of people are waiting to see what other people do. So if you start with a guy that's the most excited, most likely you're going to get somebody who says, I'm a number 1, or at least an excited number 2. Okay, then you just go around the room and hand out the enrollment forms to everybody, and now you've made them make a decision. Now from there, you might have some objections. You might have to handle those objections with testimonials, whatever it might be. You can take it from there, but you want to get them involved in your business. The next step is to take them to Smarter Networker or to one of your company videos or something like that. Get them involved in doing something for themselves to grow their skill set. But that's how you start somebody properly and ask them to make a decision at that home party. So if this has been helpful for you, please let us know in the comments down below. Maybe you have a different 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's a retail customer, wholesale customer, and business builder. Or maybe it's, who knows, whatever it might be. Maybe it's a hobby income, part-time income, or you want to replace a full-time income, something like that. It could be anything. It doesn't matter too much, but you're asking people to make a decision. And so that's what's important about closing out a home presentation. People will sometimes say, you know what, I'm a number 3, but I totally wish you luck. I'll still become a customer of yours. Have a great evening. And no hard feelings. And they go on and you still wave at each other as you drive by their houses and everything every day anyway. So it's not a problem. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Please enter your comments. I'd love to see how you close out your home presentations and what closing questions have been good for you. And also, if this video is helpful for you, please let us know that too. Thanks a lot.